Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Thursday, January 4th, 2024. Happy New Year and happy New Catalogs Day. My name is Jennifer Cotton, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. And that means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamp, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So good morning and welcome. Thank you for being here, whether it's your first time or you're coming back. Good morning, everybody. I think I said this, it's 9 a.m. Central here in Texas, where I am. Sue, good morning in Green Bay, sunny Green Bay, Wisconsin. First one here, Sue, on YouTube. And Janet in sunny but chilly North Carolina. Terry, good morning to you. Pat, good morning. Just finished your order. Woo-woo. Yes, new catalog day. I was going to say it's not sunny here. Everybody's saying it's sunny where they are. It is foggy here today until they said like 10 a.m. So another hour of weird foggy weather here in Texas. Okay, Kylie, good morning to you. Rhonda, foggy in Glen Rose. Exactly, Rhoda. Lori, good morning in Minnesota. Thanks for liking and sharing. Good morning, Kelly. Happy New Year. Linda, good morning. Save me and eat breakfast or make breakfast. Mary Ann, good morning to you. Morning, everybody. Cindy, good morning. Landa, good morning. Landa and I have already been having conversations this morning. Julie, good morning to you. V, good morning in Southern California. Sandy, good morning in Marshville, Wisconsin. Let's see. Cindy, thanks for sharing. Sunny by me right now. Who said that? Let me see. Mary Ann, really? Okay. Well, not down in Midlothian. Angelique, good morning. And Lisa, good morning. Good to see everybody. Okay, so again, my name is Jennifer Cotton. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I teach people how to stamp, make your own handmade cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more. And this is my full-time business, so I offer lots of events that you can take where you can make projects and, learn more. And so that's what I am. I want to remind you guys, let me get this on the screen real quick, that later today I will add timestamps to the YouTube video. I'm pointing down because they will be in the description. You click more or show more, and then the description opens up with all of my links and information. And that is where you'll find the timestamps after I've manually added them later today. And I'll add a link tomorrow. That's when YouTube allows me, to my blog over here. But my blog is stamptherapist.com. And so you can go there anytime and get lots of information. Okay. Whoops. Clicked to remove you. Here we go. Okay. So talking about my upcoming, sorry. I got ahead of myself. I'm going to be making 3 cards today with the new Trusty Tools Bundle, which is available starting today to everyone, and the designer paper that matches. I'll show all of this in detail, a little bit more detail, when I start stamping later. I did do a video already where I went over in extreme detail this stamp set and dies, so you can check that out, and showed the designer paper as well. Those might be 2 separate videos, but anyway, I did that already. But we're going to make cards with them today. Linda in Mansfield, good morning. Sunny in East Dallas. Let's see. For Pat, yeah, so it must be down south here where it's foggy, I guess. I don't know. Lori, good morning. Lori, is it foggy where you are? You live closer to me. Carmen, good morning to you. Joan, good morning. Darling, good morning. I just thought of something I need to write down to say when it's the appropriate time. I have a lot of handwritten notes here at the end of my video notes, so hopefully I won't miss any. Okay. Just keep that pin there. All right, events. So I'm going to talk about my events. Anyone can take these events in the United States. If you live in the US, you can take these because they're all offered to go. Some are also offered in person, and that's in DeSoto, Texas. So if you're local, please come. And all are offered to go. All of my events are going to include the PDF tutorial, step-by-step instructions with all of your measurements, very detailed instructions. We cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible unless otherwise stated in the class info. You will cut your own designer paper and or kit components if that's included with the class fee. And as I said already, anyone in the US can take these events, but anyone in the world can purchase the tutorials only. So I sell the tutorials during my registration process. So for example, if I talk about the sampler class in a minute, you're like, I would like the tutorial only for that. Register for sampler class. There is an option to only pay for tutorials only. Same thing with retreats, cruise, any class I mentioned, that's how you register for the tutorials only. Yes, Lori, Foggy over there. Hey, Rosemary, good morning to you. Happy New Year to you, darling. Thanks for liking and sharing. You're in chilly Hollywood, Florida. I guess that's cool that it's chilly in Florida. Joan, good morning. Okay, so first up is my 4 monthly classes. I do them every single month. Card, scrapbook, Stamp-A-Stack, sampler. This month in January, they will happen on January 20th. And the to-go packets, that's in person. To-go will be mailed January 22nd. Unless, I don't think that's a holiday. There is a couple of holidays in January, so we've already had one. But I think the 15th is a holiday. Anyway, if not, if it's a holiday, I'll mail it on Tuesday. Okay, so the first two of these 4 classes are card and scrapbook class. You can make 4 cards for $20, free with a $20 order. And I did change that pricing last week. I said it was $15, but it's $20 free with a $20 order. And I made those cards last week with the Be My Valentine bundle and the Adoring Hearts bundle. So you can see those on the video. You can register for that class now. I have scrapbook class. That's 3 12x12 scrapbook pages for $20, free with a $20 order. And we make 2 that match, 1 that doesn't match. And then the following month, we make the matching one plus 2 more. And it goes on like that all year. By the way, both of these are clubs you can join. They are ordering clubs. So you place your own order of what you want in $20 in merchandise. And at the end of 6 months, you'll get a gift from me. So if you have any questions on joining those clubs, let me know. Again, in person or to go, or some people do both. When they can make it in person, they come, and when not, they take it to go. Okay, scrapbook, we're doing Valentine and page 2 of winter. So we made page 1 of winter last month, and we're making page 2 plus 2 Valentines using the Sending Love bundle and the Sparkling Snowflakes bundle. Okay, the other 2 classes are priced differently, Stamp-A-Stack and Sampler. These are subscription clubs you can join, and you can join those now. You need to, let me go back in time. You need to register for card class by January 18th or while supplies last. Card and scrapbook. January 18th while supplies last. We only cut a certain number of those each month. Good morning, Oma. Good to see you. I thought I saw another name, and I'm like, no, I did not. Okay, so these sampler and Stamp-A-Stack clubs, you can join or register by January 14th. We have to cut a lot more and order a lot more for these. So January 14th is the cutoff. Join the club or sign up for the class. Each of these classes and clubs is going to include over $20 in merchandise. We cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible in this class, just like the others. It's $35 each for sampler or Stamp-A-Stack. I have a sampler example here from last month, just so you can see what a sampler is. It's a 12x12 framed piece of artwork. You can put it in a 12 by 12 shadow box, and it looks gorgeous in your home, or makes a great gift. Anyway, after 6 consecutive months of being a club member, you get $25 in free merchandise of your choice from me. And if you stop being a member before 6 months, no problem. You can cancel anytime. You just don't get the free gift. You also save $2 if you're a club member every single month. It's $35 for club members, $37 for non-club members. And sorry, we're using the Be My Valentine bundle, which I think I have maybe. Where is it? Right here. It just happens to be laying out, so I might as well show it. Super cute. There's adorable paper that goes with this, and that will be our sampler. So a Valentine with adorable bees all over it. It's going to be so cute. That is the sampler class. And yeah, I feel like I was going to say something else, but I don't know what it was. And then next up is Stamp a Stack. So that is 12 cards for 4 designs, 3 of each, 12 cards. Again, $35. You get over 20 in merchandise. If you join the club after 6 consecutive months, you get $25 in free merchandise of your choice, etc. So let me look up Enduring Beauty. Mine is actually on its way. I think it'll be here next week. I placed many orders this morning because of different reasons. I had to wait until today. And I put this on one of those orders. Actually, I don't know why I'm looking at that page. Anyway, and I think I might have 2-dayed that order. Some got ordered for 1 day, some were 2 days, and some I didn't expedite at all. So I think it'll be here next week. But it is a gorgeous stamp set, these gorgeous flowers, and I am going to be challenging myself to use them in different ways on your cards. Also, you can see all of the, it's a really versatile greetings in this set. It's always been you, love endures all things, you mean so much to so many, holding you close, y'all, I can't even read that, to my heart. And something, you need to put the readers on. Embrace the beauty of you. You can read it better on the screen. Okay. Anyway, it comes with, the bundle comes with dies and these stencils. So we will use all of that. So if you want to learn how to make those and do those cards, sign up for Stamp a Stack class. The links are out there. Also, they will be emailed out for all of these events. If I have it set up, it will be in my 1 p.m. email today. So just join my email list. You can join it right here on Facebook, down here on YouTube. Brittany just joined the video. Let's see if I can point it down. Although I have a jacket tied around my waist, so don't look at that. Hello, Brittany. See this jacket here, because I keep getting hot, cold, hot, cold. Okay, but you're literally sitting on my notes. Next up, paper share party. So guys, don't forget, you want to get a sampling of every single designer paper and ribbon from the new catalogs, which, the new catalog. You also will get a bonus sampling of a couple of papers from this catalog just for signing up for the paper and ribbon share. We're going to give you 6 by 12 pieces versus 6 by 6, unless the paper comes in 6 by 6. And 2.5 yards of every ribbon, and a full pack of the new baker's twine. So there's 8 new designer papers, 3 new ribbons, and 1 new baker's twine. Also, if you add on the party, you are, which includes make and takes, which I'll show you in a sec, you are going to receive a pack of the rainbow adhesive back dots as a free gift for adding on the party. You have options. So I placed my initial order this morning, but you can still register for the paper share and party. So let me get the cat off of these notes so I can tell you when. RSVP by January 15th is the final deadline. You get 42 sheets of 6 by 12 and 6 sheets of 6 by 6 total. 8 make and takes if you add on the party. So 8 projects designed by Alejandro Gomez and I. And and video instruction for those cards, PDF instruction for those cards, and a Facebook party where you have a chance to win prizes. Oh, and 2 bonus videos, one by Allie, one by me. I think one we do a mystery stamping now in that group. So join. You can register right now, January 15th. She's going to start biting me. Maybe not. Is the deadline, January 15th. Now, let me give you a sneak peek on the screen, and then I'll give you a quick sneak peek on the cards, on the in real life cards. So 8 make and takes, if you add that on, it's only $20 extra to add on the party, and you get so many benefits from that. So there's the 8 make and takes, half designed by Alejandra, or Allie, as you guys call her, and half by me. I'm going to put her down. And here they are, all 8. They're super cute, of course, or pretty, or whatever the case is. We show you, you get inspired to use your designer paper. Don't let it sit there and don't get cut. We make you cut it up so you can make your make and takes. And plus you have fun at the party. Okay, so register for that by January 15th. Next up, Mega Cruise Retreat in a Box. The cruise is happening in like 3 weeks, basically. And April and I are getting in serious cruise preparation mode. But if you can't go, you can still take it to go. You're going to get 6 full classes. I'm looking for my samples. I don't know if I brought them over here. 6 full classes. It's a bunch of cards, samplers, an album, and Valentine cards and treats. All super cute. Where I put those cards, I still have to design, here they are, 2 of my projects. I have 1 sampler done and not the other. I think I have a sneak peek of my sampler on the screen here. Yeah, right there. So there's one of the samplers. It's really pretty. I don't think the picture does it justice, but And this is one of my card classes. I'm doing another one as well. This is the poetic or thoughtful expressions. You make 2 of each card in our card classes, so 8 cards per class. Of course, if you take it to go, you'll just use your stamps, ink, etc. at home to complete the projects. You're going to get a bag and you're going to get gifts. So register for that. Let me see. I have, April's, of course, I don't have her projects here, but you're going to make some adorable beach themed cards there on the left, the beach themed like vacation album, the Valentine class with the Be My Valentine suite. And of course, there's my card class I just showed you there. The other one that I need to design is using the Bright Skies bundle, cards and sampler. Hopefully by this weekend. Okay. Where's my pen? Keep track of where I am. Okay, register by January 14th. Most importantly, register by January 14th. Link package mailed by February 9th. Okay, new catalog kickoff. I'm hosting a new catalog kickoff so we can celebrate these 2 awesome new catalogs. You're going to make 8 cards. You can come in person or take it to go. We'll use 4 stamp sets or bundles or suites. Do I have the info? I do not, but I think I have them written down here. There'll be 2 stamping demonstrations that will stream onto a Facebook group in case you can't take it in person, and 2 stamping display stampers, and I'll take photos of their samples and post them in that Facebook group. Register by January 7th. Mailed by January 15th if you take it to go. That's the day that might be a holiday, so maybe the 16th. Sending Love bundle, Trusty Tools bundle, Painted Lavender, and Perennial Postage bundles, and Jungle Pals stamp set and dies. Stella, good morning, by the way. France, good morning. Cindy, good morning. And Valley Chick, good morning. Okay, so this is the card you're going to make. You're going to get a small goodie bag of product along with your class fee. You'll make the 8 cards. You will have fun, especially if you get to attend in person. But even if not, you'll get to get the PDF tutorial, get all the stuff. Also, everyone, I never mention this. This is how I do these events, but I forget to say, everyone is entered for a over $50 value door prize when you register for this event, to go or in person. Everybody's entered. So, FYI. And it's all new product, of course, if you win. Okay, retreats in person, March 2024, which that's the year we're in now. You can come to a retreat with April McCrite and I in person in Temple, Texas. You'll get an 8-foot table, tons of lighting. Like, it's just everything you need is there. You will be able to use April and my's stamps, dies, punches, die cut machines, and then you will also be able to use our stuff to complete your 10 or more make and takes and the optional add-on classes. Versus if you take it to go, you have to supply those, of course. If you take it will be offered to go. I know we are using Brady came back, everybody. We are using the Perennial Lavender Suite. If that is the correct name, it might not be, for the retreat make and takes. I don't know what our 2 optional classes will be yet, but just put it on your calendar. Say, I'm taking the Perennial Lavender Retreat in a box or in person with Jennifer and April. Links will be coming out, of course. And that, again, dates March 28th. And then, of course, we have another crafting cruise. She got down herself. January 26, 2025 on Harmony of the Seas. You can register for that now. You'll have a whole year to pay it off. So definitely sign up for that. All the info, like I said, for these things that I'm mentioning will be in the email at 1 p.m. The links are just at the bottom. Just scroll to the bottom of that email. Also, you can go to my blog, stamptherapist.com, for more info, but I'm not allowed to post most of those links on there. Okay, coming soon is the Beautifully Happy class with Alejandra and Jennifer. You're going to make 8 different cards. This is to go only. You'll complete the cards with your PDF tutorial. You will get half a pack of the Flight and Airy gorgeous designer paper. You will receive a free stamp set called Beautifully Happy, and you can opt out if you already own that set. It's no longer available to purchase. PDF tutorial and the 8 cards, plus, of course, a bunch of product with your fee. Half are designed by Alejandra Gomez, half by me. These are the 8 cards. And the link is not out yet, but it's coming ASAP. We'll be putting the link out. So don't worry about that. Just know that it's coming and you can register. I believe our deadline will be end of January and it's mailed beginning of February. So that is the Beautifully Happy class with Jennifer Cotton and Alejandra Gomez. So coming soon. And like I said, those are gorgeous. Let me see here. So coming soon. Also coming soon, I don't have sneak peeks. The Jen and Jen Stamp Camp, Genevieve Co. in Canada. If you live in Canada and you're watching this video, you can take that class. You can register with Genevieve. Coming soon. And then the March 14th event for demonstrators only in Houston, Texas is link for that will be coming soon as well. All right, I'm going to check real quick. Yeah, just in case my sneak peeks didn't entice you enough, there's the Beautifully Happy graphic sneak peeks. And I think I'm going to check these graphics again. I don't want to go forward if they're not. Yeah. So that is events. Now we're going to talk about specials. So this is where I wrote all my notes. I'm like, oh my gosh, you just forgot to update the special section. I always update my notes from the previous week, so I'll remember what to say on the video. Who said? Marianne said, I think you need more classes and events to fill up your free time. She's hilarious. Pam, good morning in Fort Worth, Texas. Charlotte, good morning. Who's going to watch replay? Xana, Lots to sort where she is. Good morning, Xana, by the way. Okay, so specials. Where to start? Of course, celebration. It started today. Every time you spend $50 or $100, you get a free gift from this book. No limit. Spend 100, pick 2 for 50, 1 for 100, spend 150, 3 50s, 100 and a 50. Like, no limit on that, and no limit on how many of each item you can get. So you want 3 packs of this Trusty Tools Amazing Designer paper, and you place a $150 order, pick 3. You pick a $50 order, you place a $50 order today, get a free gift. Tomorrow, get a free gift. The next day, get a free gift. No limit. The only limit is it ends February 29th. And what if we run out? So, especially the paper, accessories, and ribbon, I would get them first. And I would get as many as I can because we don't know. Stampin' Up! Doesn't manufacture those in the warehouse or the manufacturing facility, whatever it's called. Someone else makes them for us. So if it's like, oh, if we order more, by the time they have it ready, the sale will be over, or there won't be enough time to do it. They'll just discontinue it. So get what you want while you can. So that's ordering. There's also a host special. Now, every time you place an online order, you can be a host if your order is $150 or more. It's more of a reward program for ordering $150 or more, but you can host a party. I'm looking for the note about it. You can host a party, and I will come and do cards with you and your friends, and they place orders, and you get free stuff based on the party. Anyway, however it happens, whether you collect orders from friends and put them all together as one, which I can help you with, whether you have me do a party or whether you place an order. If you go over $300, Stampin' Up! Has brought back the most bestest special for hosting during celebration. $300 or more gets you an additional $30 in free merchandise. It's the best. Like, because we want more product than we can afford usually. Let me get the calculator. So $300 normally is, you get 12%, so $36 in free merchandise. Not bad. But you're going to get $66 in free merchandise of your choice during celebration till the end of February. So again, if you place your own order, it has to be one single order. If we combine orders with friends, which I can help you with, or if you host a party and your friends order, you and your friends combine $300 or more, you get that. I wanted to say something else about it and I lost my train of thought. $30. I don't know, but demonstrators qualify for this too. So I qualified for many additional $30 this morning with all the orders I placed. So if you are not a demonstrator, now's the time to join. But also, we get all of the customer perks. Stampin' Up! Does not make us not get those perks. So if you join right now as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, first of all, there's no obligation. No, you don't have to do parties. No, you don't have to sell, blah, blah, blah. You just get a discount if you choose on your merchandise. So the special is, it's $99. You pick $125 in anything you want. Plus, they'll give you the Glass Mat Studio for free, which, of course, you'll see when I put my camera down. If you're like, I don't need a Glass Mat Studio, no problem. Instead, pick $155 in merchandise of your choice. Pay $99, tax only, free shipping on both. Free Past Paper Pumpkin Kit on both. It's like a no-brainer. Now, if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you cannot purchase this. You have to not be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So Pat says she agrees. I need more events. Haha, Pat. Y'all are so funny. They know. And like our team meeting is Saturday. And so they know how many events I do. These are only the customer events I'm talking about. We do weekly Zooms with the team. We do, which are optional, monthly crafting Zooms with the team, monthly meetings, etc. So I do a lot. Okay, so that's pretty much celebration. Buy, earn, join. Buy, earn, join. That's that special. Now, during celebration, because it's a big sale and you may be spending more money, I want to reward you for that. And so I made a tracker for you to track my celebration incentive. You can print this from my blog, stamptherapist.com. You can print this from my emails, and or you can not print it and just keep track yourself. But during celebration, so January 5th, starting today, 4th, I'm sorry, I cannot keep that date straight. Starting today, January 4th, put the correct date on there at least, through February 29th. By the way, if you pause on this and look close, there's multiple typos and these underlined dollar signs. I fixed all that on the actual one. Multiple typos. Okay, from February 4th, January 4th until February 29th. If you place orders with me of $150 or more, you're going to earn a free event from me in March. If you take 5 or more qualifying classes, so the classes I've listed here, instead of the order, you will earn this event from me. If you host a party of $150 or more, you will earn this event from me. And then in March, let me see if I wrote, I did not, I think I made a graphic. Oh, I did. Good. I can read. Free event on Zoom, so anyone can participate. You'll get mailed a class packet to make 4 projects, a gift from me, and a chance to play games and win prizes. Again, it will happen on Zoom on March 7th at 6:30 p.m. Central. Don't worry if you cannot attend, you still get the gifts. You just have to register, and you do have to register for like that you earned it. So if you spend $150, you'll click the link that I posted in multiple places and say, yes, I did. If you take the 5 classes, of course, this will be after you've taken the stuff or registered for it, or after you've hosted a party, you'll fill out that form. If you have any questions, please let me know. So that's celebration, and we will have that in March. And that's just my thank you to you. Okay, I'm going to do that. Sorry, I'm going to organize my papers down here for a sec. Not papers, they're card samples, but anyway. So I got that. Celebration. Yes, I told you that. Okay, we talked about celebration. Last but not least, the 20% off. Do y'all remember I gave you a Christmas present? 20% off any order. This is a separate offer from my online order specials, anything else. It can't be combined with anything. It doesn't receive host benefits, but you can receive 20% off any order you place with me through tomorrow. So obviously the retiring stuff is gone. Like, it's too late. But anything that carried over, basically anything in the online store, because that's where all our current product is. We have online only products. We have catalog products there. We have new kits. They're super cute. I'm going to see if I can share a picture. I'm going to see how this works. Select the window. No, I don't think I can. I mean, I don't know how to pick which window it is. I didn't prepare good on that, but I can describe these kits real quick. One is rock and roll themed, so it coordinates with never mind, computer. I'm going to look at the pictures here myself. Rock and roll, I forget the actual name, but it coordinates with the U Rock or rock and roll suite in the mini catalog. It's, I believe, $14, and it's all cards. And so you can mix that with the rock and roll products, the designer paper stamps, embellishments, etc., and make some awesome cards. You don't even have to own that to use it, by the way. But if you do, even better, right? So that came out today. And you can get 20% off any order placed with me. The catch is you have to email me the order so that I can print it off and enter it for you to give you the discount. If you go to my online store, Stampin' Up's not going to give you a 20% discount. And then I invoice you for the payment. and you can pay with any card there. Okay, the other one is pandas. There's just these adorable little pandas. It looks like you make about 8 cards, pink and green and blue. Super cute pandas. So go check out those kits in my online store. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so don't forget about the 20% off sale. It ends tomorrow. And by the way, thank you so much to everyone who has participated in that sale. All of your orders have been placed if your invoices are paid. All of your orders have been placed. Okay, I think we're ready to point the camera down. I've got some cards to show you real quick. Okay, so I never have my stuff positioned properly until after I put the camera down. The cat is like shunning me to the side. This is my team meeting, Make and Takes. Our team meeting is Saturday this month. It's in person. We do in person and stream it on Facebook Live 1 month, and then 2 months on Zoom, and then go back to in person and so on. That's what we're doing for now. But of course, at our team meetings, we have stamping demonstrations, make and takes, business talk, recognition, etc. And of course, you get to visit with your friends, whether it's on Zoom or in person. Anyway, we're going to use the Cutest Cows bundle for these 4 adorable make and takes. So I just wanted to entice you. It's only $10 for these make and takes if you're in my team. And that's the only way to get these. We cut, die cut, punch, and boss everything possible. Landa is literally working on it right now. And you're not getting the candy, though, by the way. Side note, the candies, supply your own. And yeah, so that's one of the perks of being a demonstrator, getting the starter kit. And right now, like I said, when you get the starter kit, you get this glass mat studio, which is glass mat, silicone mat that goes with it, and the cleaning cloth. You get that free. I paid $60 for mine. That's not a fake value. That's how much I paid for this. $60. And sorry, that's squeaky. You get it free if you join my team or anyone's team, but join mine. And then it's or if you don't want the glass mat studio, you can pay, you pay the same. You can get 155 in merchandise instead of 125. Okay, I have some cards here that I've received recently. So this one was from Linda. Thank you, Linda. This came, well, I don't know when it came. We were late on checking our mail. But look at that awesome fun fold. She put the little thank you note in there, like just as an insert. And of course, a note for me. So thank you, Linda. Super cute. And then these are all Christmas cards. I got behind because I got scared. Everything's good, right? Yes. Because I don't remember if I didn't do a video last week or what. Anyway, this one's from Renee. This one is from Lynn, and Lynn, shout out. Y'all get ready for this card. I was like, Lynn, I texted her. I'm like, I'm so impressed with your card. It's so cool. Note on the back. And it doesn't actually look too difficult. It's just like little panels, and scoring and all that. But love it, Lynn. Thank you. This one is from Chris. Thank you, Chris. Love it as well. This one is from Amy. The glitter going on there. This one, last one, is from my friend Tracy. And so I'll show you there. And then it's like, well, there's the inside, but you can stand it up. She scored it in the middle and glued that there. And so it stands up on your table so you can display it. Gorgeous. So thank you guys for the Christmas cards. Much appreciated. I think that's it. And the other card, Linda. I think we're ready to make our project. So I'm going to move. If you're curious about the Glass Mat Studio, let me know what questions you have. I showed it in more detail on a couple of previous videos, so I can get you the video link and or just answer your questions. But this silicone attachment sort of that just stays in place, I keep it off of my glass mat because I need the space. I'm like one of those stampers that makes a hot mess of their space, basically. I'm going to pull that down so I'll know where the top is. There is a ruler on both sides here, left and bottom, in inches. If you are centimeters in your country, that'll be reversed. Left and bottom will be centimeters and inches will be over here. So you can't see my inches at the bottom, but they're there. And I just have had this little container already in my house, so I use that for holding this little chamois that comes with it because it's wet and I don't want to get my paper wet. Okay, hope that makes sense. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Corinne. They like y'all's cards, everybody. Debbie, good morning. Happy New Year. And I think, yes, Pat said it's awesome. The Glass Mat Studio is great. One thing about the Glass Mat Studio that I didn't really think about before, but I've heard many people pointing this out, is it's going to help cut down on scratch paper that we waste. Not that it's wasteful, but you know what I mean? We use scratch paper all the time, and when we get out new sheets and new sheets, I've seen people stamping off on the glass mat and then just wiping it with the chamois, the little rag chamois thing. So stamping off, so basically eliminating the need for scratch paper. I just want to warn you though, when you put water-based ink on here, it will smear off onto your cardstock. So wipe it off before you lay cardstock or anything on top of it, because it's glass. It's tempered glass. It's not going to like if you break it, it'll stay all together like a car windshield or whatever. It won't be all these chunky pieces of glass. It's heat resistant. The printing is underneath, so it's not going to rub off, all that stuff. But it's glass. So it's your ink, your water-based ink is not going to dry on here. Okay. Hey, Marcia, no problem. Coming in late. Okay, so I went over the Trusty Tools Bundle in a separate video. I can give you the link if you need it. But this is, so I'm not going to talk about every single element of this like I usually do, because I've already done that. This is obviously in the new catalog. When I did my other video, I showed you how you can use the dies to make individual tools or die cut out the stamped tools. I told you it says, "Thank you, Dad. Happy Father's Day. You're the most awesome," etc. So that's what we're using today to make these cards. These are also my online ordering special for this month, which is January 2024. I'm going to show you real quick. It's on page, oh, by the way, the price is wrong in the back of the catalog of the bundle. It's like $20 over. Anyway, page 56. Or actually, oh, yes. 56. There it is. The Trusty Tools Bundle on page 56. We're also using this in my new catalog kickoff event as well. Okay, so you've seen that in my other video. And then I'm also using the Trusty Toolbox 12 by 12 designer paper, which is free with a $50 purchase. No limit. Spend $100, get 2 packs, get whatever you want if we run out. And that is on page 11 of the Celebration brochure. Obviously, it coordinates exactly and perfectly with the Trusty Tools stamp set. I showed this designer paper on that other video. So I'm just going to flip through the pages here real quick in case you have not seen that video and you want to see these designs. It's got like Lost Lagoon, Lost Lagoon, Poppy Parade, Crushed Curry, Copper Clay. Those are the main colors. I'm trying to look if I missed anything. Okay, so here we go. These cards are my free class that you can earn from me for your order in January. Again, not the 20% off order, separate. You will need to use the host code, which in case anyone had eagle eyes, I messed around and deleted the original host code I set up. So I had to delete that from everywhere, hopefully. I think it started with an S or an XS. Anyway, it's a new one, 4WRG. Okay. Place a $25 or more online order with that host code in January. I will mail you a class packet to make the 4 cards I'm about to make in January. In February, sorry. If your order is $50 or more, you're also going to get a free full pack of the rustic metallic adhesive backed dots. And if that same order is $150 or more, of course you get celebration with 50. If that order is $150 or more, you're also going to receive sorry, I'm trying to organize myself and talk at the same time. Benefits from Stampin' Up. So in that case, don't use the host code. You'll get the benefits from Stampin' Up, which is $15 minimum in free merchandise. Plus, you will receive the gifts from me. I hope that made sense. I was a little, I don't know the word, sketchy there. Okay, so I'm going to make 3 of the 4 cards, and I'll show you the 4th card today for this free class you can earn. So the first card here, by the way, I just have 2 partial packs. The rustic metallic adhesive backed dots. You get small ones, and bigger ones. Of course, they have the dots. They're sort of like maybe a copper color. They're not gold, not brown, but I can't think of what that color is called. If anyone knows. Anyway, you get that free with 50 or more. Okay, so for this first card, I've taken my 8.5 by 11 cardstock and cut it in half. That will make a card that will fit into the normal invitation size envelope, which is this Stampin' Up, of course, carries really nice invitation size envelopes and in white and vanilla. And then we also carry my favorite, the clear invitation size envelopes. We call them medium, though. It's a medium envelope. Okay, so I've cut it in half, 5.5 by 8.5, and when I fold that in half, it's going to fit into that envelope perfectly. So if you're new to card making, no problem. Math is easy. Cut it in half. 2 cards, economical, 1 piece of paper, 8.5 by 11, 2 cards. Do that. This card will be landscape, so I'll turn that landscape. And then my next layers, I will be putting all of the measurements for these cards. I've already typed the blog post. They will be posted on my blog by 11 a.m. Central today. And so you can go get all the measurements. But I have a piece of the Trusty Toolbox designer paper free with a $50 purchase, no limit, to go on the front here. So this piece I'm using is Lost Lagoon in the back, and then it has a pattern rows of screws from the side view going across like top to bottom, side by side. Then bolts like below that, and the top of a Phillips head screwdriver above that, and then smaller screws above that, the side view that look more like a Phillips head, shorter one. Then there's the top of a regular screw, just a line. Then there's like the things that you put inside your wall to anchor a screw. Then the pattern starts over. And that's all white. So blue and white, Lost Lagoon and white. It's actually really pretty considering that it's bolts and nuts and screws. But yeah, really pretty. So I cut that to go on the front of the card there. Again, measurements on the blog, 11 a.m. Central. The next layer is a piece of basic white that has been die cut out. Let's see if I can just bring this a little closer to me. I'm having to reach so far, which is not comfortable. sorry, basic white has been pre-die cut with the deckled rectangle dies. I believe this is the second from the largest. Yes, and I have those measurements on the blog. Second from the largest, basic white deckled. So of course the edges are sort of like, they almost look like they're torn, but it was die cut. Then the next layer to go on top of that is gray granite. That's one of the colors in the designer paper as well, gray granite. And I have cut that as a rectangle to go inside the white one, landscape orientation. Anyway, and that piece has been embossed with the metal plate embossing folder. Metal plate embossing folder in the annual catalog, which looks like a toolbox, basically, toolbox pattern. Finally, we have tools to go with our toolbox pattern embossing folder. Side note. I feel like I was going to say something else about that, but I lost it. Okay, next up, you will have a this is how your kit will come. Embossed, die cut, etc. This is pretty much how your kit will come. You're going to have a pre-cut toolbox. So it's two pieces. This is one I did not die cut and show on the previous video, but there's a die right here to cut out the bottom, like a rectangle of the box, and then a handle of the toolbox. When you die cut this out, it does cut 4 holes on the left and right side where you would put like nails or screws on your tool to assemble your toolbox. There's just holes there though. And so that's super simple. You just, or what I've been doing is putting a little adhesive at the top 2 back corners of the toolbox and tacking that down, which you'll see me do later. I do want to show you that when you cut out the toolbox, you can cut at the same time, I guess I should get the dies. You can cut the toolbox and the handle above it, but there's a lot of wasted paper below the handle or above the handle, whatever, because of the shape. So in that space, you could cut whatever you want, but I cut the drill bit, I guess, and the top of the standalone wrench. So no wasted paper here. That's all gray granite, and I die cut those all at one time. So that's a way to save some paper there instead of having waste when you cut out that handle. Okay. Next, you're just going to have some random tools, maybe a pencil. This will be different for every person. You won't have the same colors as me. You won't have the same colors as each other, and you won't have the same tools as each other. One thing, not a complaint. Not a complaint. Oh, and you may have partial tools that are cut off at the top or the bottom, and I'll explain how you fix that. It's like when you look at these pieces of the designer paper that have the tools on them, like, for example, I'm just saying, there is only, on one sheet, there's only one full drill. One. There's a partial drill here, and I know you can put those down inside things. There's a partial drill here and here, or at the edge of your paper. But if you want a full one, there's one. So you get 2 because there's 2 pieces of each pattern paper. And then where's the other one? Right here. For example, again, if you want this round saw blade, there's 2 full ones. That's it on one sheet. So you get 4. So we're going to give you what we can and use our paper as smart as we can. So you might get a paintbrush. You might get this vise thing. You might get a level. You might get a pencil. This kind of hammer, which does not fit the dies. So anyway, just FYI. And from this sheet as well, of course, all the different tools. So, and not all of them fit the dies. Some do. You can hand cut them out, whatever. So I want to show you this wrench actually will fit the dies. I feel like I die cut it out before. Yeah, you can die cut that wrench out. You cannot die cut this or none of the screwdrivers. There's no screwdriver die, nor like pliers. None of the plier type things have dies. These already have sticky on them because I ended up peeling them off of my project and redoing them. I don't know, I changed something. Anyway. And then there is a die for all of the pencils. But again, some of the pencils are going to be cut off. So you just get a portion of a pencil. You can make that work because you just stick that part out of your toolbox. And there is a die for these things. My goodness, tape measure. Now we will give you a full tape measure. It won't be a partial, and you do get 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 full tape measures per sheet. So that's 10 per pack. Because of how we position that on here, I don't want it to be partial. Okay, so that's FYI. I'm going to cut those out in a second. But I pre-hand cut these two out. Which two? These two. And I have a saw in mine, so I'm going to need to hand cut that out. No die. Okay, let me stamp first. Susie, thank you. Good morning. Sue in West Virginia, good morning. Corinne, you were wondering what those two dies were for. Are you talking about these, Corinne? Because these were the ones I didn't know what they were for. Anyway, if so, yeah, it's that. Took me forever to figure that out. And if you're talking about these, of course, Toolbox, but yeah, Stampin' Up! Just gave us these dies and said, you figure it out, basically. I was searching. Oh, there's one. I still don't know what this one's actually for. I actually researched it heavily, and I found no other demonstrator that I found said they knew what it was for. I found one that didn't know what it was for. Alejandra used it to cut an opening in the top of the toolbox, and it looks cute on her card. I don't have that card yet. It's coming to me. But I don't understand why one edge looks like it's torn or, broken, and one doesn't, for it to be that opening on the toolbox. I don't know what this one's for. If anybody knows what this is for. Okay, Corinne, cool. The toolbox. Yes, girl, that's what that is. Although you can also make drawers out of this one. And I saw someone talk about doing the toolbox like with multiple, but with the handle on top and 2 or 3 of these. I guess like a stacked, big old toolbox. So, yeah, cool. Glad that helped. Is it a level? I mean, maybe, but let me die cut it out and show y'all what it looks like. Because it's like, there's no definition on it, if that makes sense. I stepped away from the microphone, so if my voice went low, that's why. It puts a tiny bit of embossing, which I think is more so because of the, how when you die cut, it like puts pressure. So, I mean, or maybe it's a ruler, like a broken ruler, but maybe it's a level. I don't know. That's what it looks like if you die cut it. And there is not a stamp to coordinate with it. I don't think there's an image in the designer paper to coordinate with it. And then this is what the level looks like on the designer paper. This level. So y'all, I don't know. It looks like a leveler, Angelique says. Maybe it's a different kind of level that I don't know about, y'all. Looks like a longer tape measure. That was suggested too with the other girl I saw that was trying to figure it out. I just don't get the cut or torn edge. Maybe it's tape. Maybe it's literally tape. I don't know. But y'all keep coming with the ideas. Okay, let me stamp this real quick. So on the toolbox, I'm just going to stamp Dad. Quick and simple. This stamp set comes with this pretty large Dad image. Word. Whatever. The word. I'm doing gray granite. I am not pressing hard. I'm not getting any ink on the edges of my ink pad, but I'm definitely moving it around and touching it multiple times because this is a very solid stamp. It's like Dad drawn in a thick marker. or written in a thick marker. So ink it up really well, gray granite, press really firm. Of course, your glass mat studio will be great for stamping on because it gives you a flat surface, just like my table though. I'm like, this hit me yesterday. People were like, oh, you don't need a foam mat under there. I'm like, yeah, because it's just as firm as a hard table. But I love it for stamping on. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, just like I've always said, if you have a really hard, firm table that's super flat and hard, just like this glass, it'll stamp really good on. Countertop, good for stamping on with photopolymer. That's where we can run into problems. Okay, so there's Dad. Let me measure that real quick. Just so you know, the word Dad it's just as tall as this, the front of the toolbox, which is 1 1/4, but Dad is 2 inches wide. It's really large. Okay. Now, thank you, Kelly. Angelique's like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Could be a handle for a tool. Who said that? Dorothy said it could be a handle for a tool. We got to figure it out. I know someone is going to figure it out. And y'all may have already. One of the things you said could be it. I'm just not sure. And it's not like I really know a lot about tools. Okay, grab my Stampin' seal. Oh, goodness. And my silicone craft sheet so I don't get adhesive. I definitely don't want to get adhesive all over my glass mat, although this wet chamois pretty much wipes it off, even this kind of tape runner. You just like do that little sound and wipe it up. But I do use my silicone mat on top of this glass mat. Okay, so I just added adhesive a tiny bit at the top to left and right edges of the toolbox, and then I'm just sticking the handles in the back. It's a little crooked to me, but anyway, there we go. That's the toolbox. Let me die cut out these images real quick, because you could hand cut them out, of course, but it'll save me a second here. Okay, so I got my die cut machine. I think this machine is 135, so you could get it with the 155 starter kit instead of the Glass Mat Studio. But if you want the Glass Mat Studio, choose that instead, because you can get a discount on your future purchases, and you cannot purchase the Glass Mat Studio right now, even if you're a demonstrator. So if you want that, get it free with your starter kit. Okay, so I've got my cut plate on the bottom, the one that's all cut up. I've got the paper and the image dies aligned on top. And where did I put the clear plate? Right here. And then this is the plate I put on top. It says top only. I do not cut on this plate unless there's an accident. And for me, that serves two purposes. It keeps my plates flat, and it keeps my plates, the top clean plate prevents all this gunk getting pressed down into my paper and either making an ugly impression or actually leaving bits of cardstock on it. Okay, so I cut those two out. Not perfectly, but it's fine. Oh, by the way, I think I forgot to, I just like literally was going to say this earlier and I did not. When you comment on this video, you are entered to win the 3 cards I'm making today. So lots of you are already entered. This can be on replay or live. And yeah, so make sure you say hi if you're watching this. Make a comment, talk to each other. It doesn't matter what you say. It's just that if you say hi, if you make a comment, you will be entered to win. And then if you share the video, comment that you shared, because I won't know otherwise, and that will get you entered to win again the second time, because those are helpful to me. Helps my business. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to attach this designer paper to the basic white card base first. I'm going to attach the white rectangle, deckled rectangle dies, rectangle, flat across the front. Then I will add, oh, that's wrong. I was going to next add paint stir stick. Corinne, you could have it. It could be a paint stir stick. That would be perfect for a paint stir stick. Corinne might be the winner. Hold on, let me put it on the screen so she gets credit. Stir stick for paint. Kelly says, I was like, what do you mean, Kelly? She says, oh, you know tools, stamping tools. Exactly. Linda said, I wanted to check in hubby's garage to see if I would find all the tools. Handyman hubby. Perfect. Terry said, I have my list ready to order and totally forgot this bundle. I get that. I can so relate. Evelyn in Alabama, good morning. And Elaine, good morning. Okay, I meant to put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Hopefully, I didn't put too much adhesive there. So I'm putting on this gray granite embossed piece with Stampin' Dimensionals because, and I'm using mini Stampin' Dimensionals just because they're my favorite. I didn't want to bother popping up the toolbox. So instead, I pop up this piece because it's like too skinny. I just didn't want to mess with it. So I'm putting this on dimensional so that the card will have some dimension and interest, but this part's going to be flat. Okay, so I'm going to, yes, they're sticky on a couple of these already. Oh, sorry, y'all. I didn't even cut the pencil. I have to hand cut out real quick the saw. I think I've pre-die cut everything else for the other two cards. So just FYI, you won't have to sit through this stuff on the next cards. Okay, the saw. I'm going to open my scissors real wide and cut and turn the paper. Cut with one hand, turn the paper with the other versus turning my hands. But when I open my scissors as wide as I can and cut as long as I can before reopening the scissors, that gives you smoother cuts where you don't get those jagged, weird, not weird, but just not attractive lines. You can go around edges real easy like that, etc. This top part of the saw is real easy to cut. I'm trying to leave a white border. It's not super consistent today, but it's good enough. I did make a weird cut right here, so I'm going to correct that a little bit. But yeah, you don't have to be perfect, just, you know, good enough. And then let me die cut out this pencil real quick. I'll just do it off camera. You saw how I die cut. Pencil. Another thing on other again, other people were saying that maybe this was somehow part of a pencil, or like someone here today said extended tape for the tape measure. I don't know. Good enough for government work. Is that Landa? Oh, Dorothy. Yes. Landa says that all the time too. Okay, I'm going to step over here and die cut real quick. Turn on my light so I can see what I'm doing. Anyone out there is not old yet. When you get old, lighting is so important to be able to see stuff. Okay, so I die cut out the pencil. Okay, so I'm going to position, like, just see how I basically want these tools in here. Also, the toolbox is going to go almost to the bottom and then centered of the gray granite cardstock. So put it there. So see how this saw is too tall. So I know I need to tuck it further, and I may have to cut off the tip end of it or tilt it differently. So just test all that. So because this is a partial image here, I'm sticking it in this direction. My other sort of pliers like this that are slightly different on my original card, the tip was cut off on the metal end. So they're put in this way. By the way, just a reminder, this is a free class you guys can get from me. So I only have a partial, what do you call that? Screwdriver there. So I'm going to put it in upside down. And then the pencil this pencil can go either direction. I think I'll put it this way just to be different than my other sample. Oh, and I have the wrench also. So just, yours is going to be different than mine. Figure out how you want it to be laid out on your, yes, Janet, never perfect handmade card. Exactly. I agree. I think that looks good though. So then I'm just going to start kind of from, actually I know that has adhesive on it already. Start from what I have in the front and put adhesive on it first. So I just put a little adhesive at the bottom of the pencil, tucking it down in there. A little adhesive at the bottom of the well, it's actually the top of the screwdriver, but the bottom, the part that I'm tucking behind here and sticking to something. Wrench. And then the saw. And just remember the saw, especially because it's large, and we're going to try to give everyone a saw, assuming we have enough. It's bigger, so just make sure it doesn't go over the top. Looks good to me. Now I'm going to pick up this whole piece and add adhesive to the back. But I did it on the card to know that it looked nice and it didn't go over the top or sides. Whew, I got this really stuck to my hand. Use my silicone sheet so I don't get excess adhesive anywhere I don't want it. It's going to be centered left to right and toward the bottom of that granite embossed cardstock. I did not add adhesive to the top of the tools. Well, apparently I did, but that must have been from yesterday. So you can if you want. It's up to you. I like them kind of floppy. And then the little tape measure is going to go on the outside. I'll put about 3 Stampin' Dimensionals on here. I'm going to do like the triangle thing. And just put it over here at the bottom of Dad, sort of at an angle. And there you go. That is the first card in your free class with your online order. And Marcia, thank you. And thanks for sharing, Marcia. And Marcella, thank you. I'm going to add, I forgot to put my host code on the screen so y'all can see it when you need it. Thanks, Corinne. Thank you, Stella. Thanks, Terry. Okay, so here's the first one I made. So you see the differences. I still had a partial screwdriver. The saw, I think I did cut off the end of this saw because I have it more angled higher. So I cut off the end so I could tuck it in further. This is the wrench vice. I can't think of what else these are called. Wire cutters, whatever. It is a different tool though than this one. But the tip end was cut off because of how it was printed on the designer paper. So I turned it that way. I think the end of that pencil was cut off. And you see that this thing, measuring tape, is a different color. So there we go. So you may get completely different tools than I even showed on either of those cards today in your packet. All right, that was card number 1. Thank you. Let me see. Thank you, Julie. Thanks, Pat. Now we're going to do card number 2. This one is very red, and I really like the color scheme a lot on this one. Oh, I'm going to go back in time and say, if you get these free rustic metallic adhesive back dots with your packet, I would add these to, these are not going to be on my photos that I post, and they won't be included with the class kit unless you earned them free. But I would add these small rustic metallic adhesive back dots to the holes in the toolbox, and then it'll look like little nail heads, and you can just step it up a level. And you only need 6 if you position your, instead of 8, you only need 6 if you position your measuring tape properly. Isn't that even better? That's like Emerald Lagasse. Now you can say, bam, because you kicked it up a notch. Okay, that'll be the prize one. If you win, here you go. So make sure you comment on this video, even on replay, to be entered to win these cards. And if you share the video, you'll be entered again. Okay, this packet, yours won't look as crazy as mine, but you will have a lot of stuff in it. First of all, I have a Poppy Parade card base. So let me fold that in half. And that's a nice red color, also from the designer paper. And this will be portrait orientation. Okay, so there's going to be some loose screws in here, so be careful when you empty it out. And your packet, we're not going to stamp and die cut for you. First of all, we're not allowed to stamp for you. Second of all, we don't have time. Okay, there is a die in the set that cuts out 1 screw and 1 screw, the top of a Phillips head screw, and a bolt. So that will be cut out for you in gray granite. So don't lose those. Then you are going to have 4 pieces of cardstock for scraps to stamp tools on. Gray granite, Lost Lagoon, Crushed Curry, and Poppy Parade. And you're going to stamp tools on it according to my instructions and this video and photos that I've already taken of this. Oh, and sorry. Oh no, this is, why is this here? This is for me to use today. Okay, anyway, this is what you'll have in your packet though, that. I'll say what you're going to stamp on it in a minute. Then you're also going to have a piece of basic black cardstock to go on the card front. A piece of the designer paper. This is Poppy Parade with white small screwdrivers going opposite directions so that they nest inside each other. They're a little less than 1 3/4 inches tall, and it's just a white outline. And it forms a pattern like rows and rows of screwdrivers. Again, it's a really nice pattern considering its tools. I think one of those is a wrench and one is a pair of pliers, probably on those tools from the last card. I'm sure you're right, Janet. Yes, Oma, definitely the embellishment kicks it up a notch. Okay, then we have a strip of basic black. This is about 1 1/4. I'm going to have the exact measurements on the blog, 11 a.m. Central. It goes straight down the center of the card. So again, it's portrait. This goes right down the middle. And this black piece is embossed with the same folder. I always forget the name of this one. Metal plate, but it looks like a toolbox pattern. Okay, so there's kind of how the front's going to be. You will have a white circle pre-die cut for you from the Stylish Shapes dies. It's the largest one. Basic white circle. We're not stamping on that. We're just gluing stuff to it. You'll have a 1/2 inch, I think. Yep, 1/2 inch strip of crushed curry for our greeting. And then 2 pieces of ribbon. You can't see it on the screen, but I'm using my ruler on the glass mat. These are 4-inch pieces of the Real Red and Burlap. This is the burlap one. Real Red and Burlap ribbon combo. So 2 4-inch pieces of the burlap, which is a wider ribbon. It's like 1/2 inch wide with little white stitch marks on the edges. You can get this right now in the annual catalog. You'll have 2 pieces of those. So I think that's it. Then you'll have these scraps that I mentioned. So the sizes are just based on what you need to stamp on them. So I don't think I need to say those on the video nor in the blog. However, what you need to stamp from the stamp set is a Real Red. I keep calling that Real Red in my head. A Poppy Parade. Let me start over. You're going to stamp in Memento Black ink. The color of the paper you're stamping on is Poppy, Lagoon, Gray Granite, and Crushed Curry. Okay, so you're going to stamp in Memento Black ink on the Poppy Parade a wrench and a my goodness, the words, measuring tape, and then die cut it out. On the Lost Lagoon, you're going to stamp the hammer, which is a ball peen hammer. Thanks to everybody on my other video. Ball peen hammer. Hey, Allie, good to see you. On Lost Lagoon in black, die cut it out. You're going to stamp on Gray Granite, the hammer again in black, the wrench again in black, and the measuring tape in black ink. And last but not least, you're going to stamp on the Crushed Curry scrap, the measuring tape in black, and die cut it out. Okay. Then, I'll put these over here because I need those for the video. The instructions. Let me stamp my greeting on this 1/2 inch strip. It's about 3.5 inches long. That may vary because we're going to trim it down. Happy Father's Day. So Happy Father's Day is a long, skinny greeting. It's basically the same font as Dad, all caps, thick, but shrunk down. I'm just stamping that in the center in Memento Black ink. Reminder, you can press really hard on Memento Black ink and it does not sink down and get squishy like our other ink pads. That's why I was being gentle on that first card. So Happy Father's Day on that, and then I'm going to hand cut each end at an angle, get the same direction angle. Really, you can go the other direction as well. Anyway, and there's my greeting, Happy Father's Day. Okay, then on these tools, to put them together, I've seen even myself do it both directions, where you can either cut off the top of the hammer, for example, and glue it on top of the colored hammer, or you cut off the colored bottom and glue it on top of the gray one. And that's what I'm going to do. Grab the glasses again. I'm going to cut off the bottom of the hammer like it's in sections. This would be the wood part or rubber or whatever it is. And just do as best you can. Like, you do have to be figure out the little angle there yourself. But I don't know which is right or wrong. I don't think it matters. But in my head, the metal is coming out of the wood. The wood kind of is bigger and surrounds it, but who knows? Then put adhesive on this colored part and just glue it right on top. So I do think it's easier to do full images on both, just for my brain, but obviously you didn't need to stamp the top of the color hammer. Okay, so now we have a cute Lost Lagoon hammer. The wrench is going to be Poppy Parade. Slide you down. So again, I'm going to cut off the top part. Get rid of the top. I've been throwing those away. I don't know if I would use those colored top parts for anything else. And then just stick this right on. And because you die cut it, it should be a super exact fit right on top. Now, The measuring tape is going to be red. We're going to cut off the yellow crushed curry tape portion that sticks out, put adhesive on the back of that, and glue it on top. We'll trim it here on top of the red, so just this tape that sticks out. You could, if you wanted to make this like the little handle thing that you lock in place when you lock down the measuring tape, you could make that another color too and hand cut it out, or it could be yellow and you could hand cut this out. I didn't mess with that. Then this piece here, we stamped the measuring tape in black on gray granite. That is to get the circle. I got this idea from Alejandra. I don't know, I'm sure other people have done it too, but she did it in a card in our Jumpstart Your Celebration. So I'm hand cutting this circle. This one you want to try to stay closer to the black versus giving a border, which I forgot when I started just now. And it's not like I don't think it's a perfect circle. Sort of, these tool images are sort of, well, they are drawn, but not drawn like messily. But yeah, it's not like an actual graphic image of a tool. It is like someone drew a nice image of a tool as far as the type of artwork it is. That's what I mean by not a perfect circle. I think that's good. So I'll just put adhesive on that circle. There's little shadow lines there. I'll just try to sort of align those. And now we have this thing, measuring tape. What did you say, Janet? I didn't think I needed this set, but as usual, you're changing your mind. So stinking cute. Don't tell my husband. I love it, Janet. Thank you, by the way. Okay, so now we have all our pieces. So cute, right? We got little screws and bolts and stuff. Let's put it together. I got on Pinterest. By the way, it's a time where everything's new and there's not a lot of ideas on Pinterest just in general for anything new. I'm going to put this black strip right down the center. Like I said, I'm going to glue this designer paper to the base of black cardstock. So anyway, but I found other tool samples that were like either old Stampin' Up or non-Stampin' Up tool sets. And so this layout is based on a couple of different ones I saw that basically had some kind of background, a circle, and tools on top of the circle. So the layout is not original, but the colors and everything I chose are. Okay, so the base of the card is all put together. I think I will build everything onto this die cut circle first. Then I'm going to add the ribbon and put it on the card. So what I did, I put all of the tools flat, the 3 die cut tools, and then I'll do dimensionals on the greeting. So basically I put the hammer down first in the middle, flat. So again, I'm using my silicone craft sheet. It's not perfectly straight. It's just kind of at an angle. Well, actually, that's a lie. Apparently, I took the wrench to the left of it, tucked it under it a tiny bit at the bottom, and it's going out at an angle to the side. And then the measuring tape is going to be to the right of it, obviously. Let me use my greeting to make sure my positioning is good. I think that's good enough. So see, just a little 3 tools in the middle kind of image. Then I'll use Stampin' Dimensionals on my Happy Father's Day. I'm going to do 3, which is a lot for me. But don't put them too far out to the edges in case it hangs over. And that will go across. It's going to cross all 3 tools more toward the bottom of the measuring tape. And then I'll definitely use my silicone craft sheet to add adhesive to the 3 gray granite pre-die cut screws, nuts, bolts images. And I'll put top right in this white section, the one is like the Phillips head, then the screw down here, bottom right, and then the bolt next to that, bottom right. So that kind of serves where your embellishments usually go, right? To me anyway. Okay, then I'm going to add adhesive on the left and right on the back and do my little thing. So we got the 4-inch pieces of ribbon. One end is cut at an angle. I'm going to fold this ribbon up like this. So I have my left hand is higher at the angled side and my right hand is lower, and I'm going to bring the right hand up from toward the back and form like an S. And then I have this little ribbony thing that I can put any direction I want, and I'm going to put it on I'm looking at it from the front though, put it on the side here. That's a little too low. You can reposition really easy when you do this. If your ribbon pops up like mine just did, just add more adhesive to the back. But you want to do this from the front so you can see how it looks on the front where it matters. Add a little more adhesive there. Same exact thing on the second ribbon. Bend it the same way, but this one will go the other direction. It's on the other side. Put it on from the front. There we go. If you don't like how you positioned your ribbon, you can pop it off and reposition it. I think I'm just going to go a little bit more in there. That saves you a ton of ribbon. You would use at least 3 times the amount, if not more, if you stretched it all the way across. I'm going to add Stampin' Dimensionals to the back, including, I need to overlap the ribbon enough to help it stay in place. And I'm just peeling off the back of the dimensionals, and then we'll put this on our card. And this card will be done. So it's, I mean, obviously you would have stamped and die cut. Yeah, it wouldn't be as quick as I did just now. But this is a kind of quick card. So cute, I think. I just love the red and black. Janet said they are nuts and bolts sequins. Exactly. Ooh, Stampin' Up should have done that though. What if we had those in sequins? Yes. So there's my original card. You can see it's pretty much the same. Thank you, G-Ann. Thank you, Corinne. Thanks, Ro. By the way, thanks, Julie. Hey, good morning, G-Ann. Catching late, no problem. Thanks, Linda and Corinne and Terry and Stella and Marsha. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for sharing, Marsha. Okay, let me get the stuff for card number 3. Card 3. I don't even know which is which. Card 3 is right here. Ooh, I forgot I am gonna do a die cutting on this because I'm gonna show y'all something. Please, hopefully it'll work on this video. Okay, this is my favorite card. This one was inspired by a card on Pinterest that was similar, but I changed it, but it is similar. Okay, so we have our card base. It is 5.5 by 8. 5.5, 8 1/4 inches. So instead of 8.5, we cut off 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. 5.5, 8 1/4, and then I scored it at 1.5 and 2.5 from one end, and 1.5 and 2.5 from the other end. I've made these cards a lot. I'm sort of obsessed with this layout, but you know, in case you haven't seen it before. So you fold back, like if the front, the center section here is the front of your card. The 2 score marks, which are furthest in, you fold back on those. So again, this is the front of the card. Then the next score mark, you fold the opposite direction. I don't have a clue. I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, I don't have a clue if there's a name for this kind of card. It can, like, it stands up really easy, so it might be called some kind of stand-up card. I don't know. Because of the measurements and then how you cut, how you score and fold, it will fit into the normal invitation size envelope. See, it's basically the same exact size as a regular card. And then you decorate the front, the sides, the back, however you want. Okay, so your packet, how will your packet look? I don't have that because it'll already be die cut. It'll pretty much look like this, though. There's a lot of little pieces for this card. So we are going to have 2 of the drills die cut for you. Lost Lagoon, Poppy Parade. This is the drill that I showed in the other video. You die cut 2 pieces and you make 1 drill. You die cut the drill bit, which I cut from this piece, remember earlier. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's the part where the metal drill is sticking out of. I think the bit is actually just the metal part, but anyway. So you'll have that 1 drill bit, 2 drill bodies, which also looks like a hot glue gun to me. Side note, you can make a hot glue gun out of this, in my opinion. You're going to have that. We are going to cut just the wrench without stamping it for you in crushed curry. And then that top portion of the wrench, again, remember when I cut that earlier? I didn't cut it on the video, but I showed you how we cut it on the first card from this piece here. So the top portion, which is gray granite, and that's going to go, they will go together to create 1 wrench, just like I showed you in the previous video. Then you will have a pegboard. So I took, and I'm actually going to cut this on the video so I can show you what I did. But this is the pegboard piece, or die, I should say. It is about almost 2 3/8. The die is by 3 3/4. So I just cut my paper a little bigger than that to die cut it out. And I'll show you how I die cut it out in a minute. So that's your pegboard. So it's a rectangle full of holes, even holes, pegboard. You can cut it out of any color paper you want. Then the next layer is a piece to go behind that is gray granite that has like a 1/16 inch border. For our greeting, we have the smallest. I showed you the deckled rectangle dies earlier. This is the smallest of those dies in basic white. There's 2 pieces of ribbon. They're about 4 inches. We're going to do the same ribbon trick as we just did on the last card, but this is the Real Red ribbon from the same ribbon combo. The Real Red and burlap combo is perfect to go with this tool set. So I have that. And then last but not least is all of these pieces to put on the panels. So we have a piece of basic white to go on the front, then a piece of the designer paper. This is the one that's gray granite with round images all over it of the tops of screws, bolts, Phillips head, regular, all that. Okay. Then for each side, there is a piece of basic white. And then 2 pieces of the tool designer paper, which are the crushed curry with darker crushed curry hammers in an X pattern, like 2 hammers crossing over each other. And then between those patterns are little patterns of nails from the side view. So it's very much a pattern, but formed by hammers and nails. Let's see, did I have a question here? Yes, Oma said you can use the drill bit as a key also. Definitely. And I saw someone else I saw her do that or say that. I can't remember now. I was doing a lot of research on this one, but I forgot. Oh, my good point. That does look like a key, especially, it reminds me specifically of some kind of key that I think this part would be black, like from the olden times when I used to have lots of keys. Anyway, definitely that can be a key. So everybody take note. Move it down. A key. Okay, and then last but not least, I have the same exact size of white for the front that I had for the front for the back here. So we can write a note. Okay. What stamping do I have to do? Okay, I'm going to stamp two things. I'm going to stamp the back white piece. This card, pretty much these cards are portrait. They always are going to go up and down. So this rectangle will be portrait. I'm going to stamp an image on there, and I'm going to stamp my greeting. I need Poppy Parade, actually. I pulled out Sweet Sorbet. I think I got myself confused. I don't know if that Sweet Sorbet pad is inked up, but we shall see. Okay, Sweet Sorbet. Sorry, Poppy Parade. These colors are different. One's lighter and one's darker, but I mix them up in my head. Poppy Parade. Tap, tap, tap. You're the most awesome. It's going to go right down there. So you're the most is cursive on top. Awesome is on bottom in that thick all caps font. You're the most is all lowercase. So cute. And apparently I did ink up this ink pad really good, so that's good. Poppy is one of mine that can dry out a little faster than my other pads. Okay, on the back, I'm just going to stamp, like I wanted something there, but I didn't want to go to too much trouble. So in Memento Black, twist and tap, I'm going to stamp the measuring tape down at the bottom left, sort of at an angle coming up to the right. And then there are images in the stamp set to fill in the base colors of all of the tools. And so in Poppy Parade, I will stamp this filler image of the tool, of the measuring tape. The only thing is, get these glasses on, it only fills in the front of it. If you're like super picky about that, be aware. There's not a stamp to do the measuring part, nor like when I say front, the biggest portion facing you, but the side there, which is colored in on the designer paper, is not, there's no stamp. So instead, if that bothers you, nor can you color in the little handle, you could just color it with blends instead. But it's called good enough for me. Doesn't bother me at all. But there you go. Okay, so that's all the stamping. I'm going to show you this die cutting, and then we can put together. So on a team crafting Zoom night, which if you're on my team, make sure you join us next time. It's so much fun, and we always learn so much. Someone said that if you die cut, if you put a dryer sheet under your cardstock when you cut super intricate items, most of the paper will stick to the dryer sheet. So I actually tested it on the Zoom, and what I tested did not work. But after I was making these cards, I was like, I'm just going to try it anyway, because what if that was a fluke? So I tried it with this, and it did work. And then I tried it with it was these circles. Let me grab it. Yeah. It was these Everyday Details dies that I tried it on, this largest one. It still won't work for me with the dryer sheet on that largest one. It might just be my machine. It might be my die. I don't know, but it cuts through everything. So it's pointless to put this here because it just cuts through it, and then you have more stuff to clean off your machine and all that. Or it sticks in these holes. But let's hope it does what it's been doing for me here. So dryer sheet on bottom, paper next, and then your die. This is the grid. The, what's it called? Pegboard die. Now for this, just a side note, you do want to center this perfectly for how we're going to use this. So when I put it down on my machine, I'm going to center it perfectly. Center the die on the white paper perfectly. And then, of course, you do want to have your dryer sheet fully under, like not missing a step, a side or whatever. So there is how I have it set up. Put that back down because I'll forget. I'm just going to slide the cutting plate on top and cut only one time through. Do not do this twice because you actually don't want it to cut through the dryer sheet. Y'all know I complain about this. Look at, there's not one piece of paper stuck in here. This could change over time the more you use your dies. I don't know. Not one piece of paper. I'm going to peel this white off of this dryer sheet. Hello. And I think it's because dryer sheets are sticky. Almost all of the dots are going to stick there. I mean, I think I'm going to have to punch out 0 from this. By the way, so it was someone in our team was saying that she saw another demonstrator show this, and I don't. I think Linda is who said it in my team, but I don't remember what demonstrator she said she saw it from. So kudos to whoever figured this out themselves. There are about 4 white dots on my machine that I need to wipe, move off, and the rest are right here. Now, this is a one-time use, but I think it's totally worth it. Go to the dollar store, get some dryer sheets. Valley Chick, dryer sheets. Where have you been all my life? 100. Also, I got on Amazon and I said, do they have extra large dryer sheets? Because these little ones, I keep having to cut them up. I found some. I'm going to order them. It's like $12 for some XL dryer sheets. And we'll see. Like, hopefully they'll work. Either that or go to the dollar store. So, just wanted to show y'all that. Now you have a pegboard. You didn't have to do all that cleanup. Like, that's my worst thing. I just hate all that cleanup. Okay, so now we have all the pieces. Let's make the drill. So we have, this is to make a multicolor drill. We are going to cut off. So, if anyone knows this answer, I know, Ro, I can't stand those little pieces. I basically refuse to use dies like that, but now my life might be changed. I've only tested it on this one, and I think I said this, but I don't remember if I got off track. Later, after my team video, I tested this big one again. It still didn't work. It cut through. However, this smaller medium circle and the smaller one both did work with the dryer sheet. Now, again, it could be something about my machine being tighter or something, so I wouldn't not try it with this large one. And there's more dies in this set to try it with, which I did not. There's rectangles and X's and all that. This is the everyday details. But it did work with the smaller one and the medium one. Just for some reason, not that largest one on my machine. It was cutting through. And then I did not test it on the rectangles. So there might be situations where that doesn't work. Or maybe we need thicker dryer sheets. I don't know. It was like cutting all the way through it. I may have saved that. I saved all of these. Well, see, that one did work, though. I don't know. On my video, though, I mean, they watched me do it. It did not work on my Zoom. Anyway, I've been saving them because I'm like, this is awesome. Okay, sorry. Back to business. I don't understand what these cut marks are for other than decoration detail in the drill. So if someone knows, let me know. Other than maybe it's a guide to cut it apart like I'm about to do to make multiple colors. But I feel like it's got another purpose besides that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it literally makes a cut at the bottom, but not all the way through, like it's still attached on the 2 edges, and a cut at the top, like as if you would slide something in there or something. I don't know. There's even a cut on the side here, which you might think you would put your drill thing into, but I don't think so. See, it doesn't even fit. It doesn't fit. So I think they're just decorative details, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we're going to use them though, because all you have to do is snip. You do want to kind of, again, just like the other images, you just kind of have to curve it out yourself and make it look smooth. Like it may not be perfectly rounded off, but it doesn't bother me. But if it bothers you, be more careful than me. Okay, and what I'm going after is this bottom piece that I'm going to glue on top of the Lost Lagoon. And then same thing for the top. Let me look at my sample again. On the top, I guess that is why that cut line would be there if this is the purpose. Because I'm going to cut off that front section, use that front cut mark, and then connect or cut from here across to this cut mark. It's pre there, and then just snip this off. So I have this poppy and this poppy piece to glue on there, and this piece, this middle section, I'm going to throw away or recycle. The Bounce Pet Hair. Who said that? Valley Chick. Thank you. She says, the Bounce Pet Hair and Lint Guard are mega sheets, 12.6 by 8.7 inches. Woohoo! Is there room for a Lowe's/Home Depot gift card? On this card? Probably. I didn't make it that way, like on purpose. Let me go grab a gift card. Oh, this is not a gift card, but it's the same size. This is a, what do you call it? Dave & Buster's card. But yeah, you totally could make a pocket, like just boom, glue a piece of designer paper or cardstock right there, cut a little notch, that punch or die cut a half circle notch out of it. And that could be on the back. We'll flip that over in a minute. So totally, you could fit a gift card. Janet, of course you have a great idea. Oh gosh. Yes. Cursed hanging chads. Exactly, Janet. They're so annoying. Okay, so great idea with the gift card. Okay. So yeah, that's how you do that. We're going to glue it all together now and make one. It's actually pretty simple. It didn't feel too irritating to die cut this twice. Where's my glue thing? Okay, so silicone craft sheet. Let's put these all together. Again, perfect fits because they both were die cut, so it's not really going to be anything off when you attach these back together. Yes, my stomach just told me it was almost 11 o'clock. Oh, by the way, I got up at 1 a.m. and I placed all of these. Thank y'all so much for joining the crafting cruise. I placed all of my crafting cruise orders for you guys. I placed the share order. I placed some 20% off orders. There it is. There it is. And I was up for 3 hours doing that. And then I couldn't go back to sleep. So after lunch, I may be taking a nap. Okay. I'm just going to attach all of these pieces of designer paper I told you about to the white borders. It's a thin white border. I've got all the measurements at 11 a.m. Central on the blog, which is in 7 minutes from now. That blog post will go live. Stamptherapist.com. And you'll also be able to see the recipe cards, which also has the measurements, the full supply list, etc., etc. Scott is adding the new products to my Stampin' blog today. Check it out. My Stampin' blog is another website I pay for. My Stampin' Stuff. He's adding all of these new products today so that you can add them to your inventory or recipe cards. So I'll have to add those later today. It's a whole import thing process. He has to do them one by one, but it's fast, but he had to work this morning. Anyway, my Stampin' Stuff is a website that I started, but my husband built it to keep inventory of your Stampin' Up! Merchandise. In addition, you can search by keywords, which we add manually. So we'll add the keywords to the new catalog later manually. So you can say thanks, tool, masculine, birthday, flower, leaf, tree, plant, whatever. And you can find all the stamps and other products that use those things. And so now we can flip this over and say there would be a gift card holder right there. So perfect. So Janet, it's not a quick answer on this video. How does my Stampin' Stuff work? But basically you create an account and you can start adding stuff to lists. You can add it and remove it. You can make as many lists as you want. So my stuff, my sister's stuff, my downline stuff, stuff I want to buy, my wish list, whatever. You can move it around. You take it, remove it from one list and add it to another when you want to change. And then you can search the whole website, only your stuff, only current products for those keywords. You can create recipe cards on there. We do have some training videos, not really training, but we have videos on the website on my Stampin' Stuff where you can see, where we kind of walk you through all those processes, but also I can help you one-on-one. Thank you, Rose. She says, love my Stampin' Stuff. By the way, it's in the US only. We do put the French versions on there. That's it. Just because we're manually tagging them with these keywords, so we don't know the other languages. So it's English only, basically US catalog, US item codes, all that stuff. Yeah, so any other questions on that, let me know. Can you link it in the comments? I think so. Let me go there real quick. Did I have it? I closed it. So when you go to my Stampin' Stuff, it's hold on, it's being slow. Okay, I'm logged in. Let me log out. I want to see what it looks like to tell you where these videos are. It says, features of the website for our subscribers. Click here to view video tutorials. If you click that, you can watch videos, how to do lists, how to add items, how to make projects. We do have a gallery, and then how to create recipe cards. And then there's an additional one on recipe cards. Okay, so let me give you the link. Sorry. Everybody's like, let's just get back to stamping. I'm going to put it here on, this is only, although, where are you watching, Janet? I'll have to put it on the comments on Facebook after. I think that one went to YouTube where I just commented it. Just, yeah, I don't have access to it right now, but I can do it after. Okay. So we have the peg board that we made. I put dimensionals on the back. I did 8, and just the minis fit perfectly in between the holes. This is why I love mini Stampin' dimensionals the most. They fit everything. And then I'm just placing that on the gray granite, which will give you a slight border. On that, actually, I think I'm just going to, go ahead and attach that flat. Ooh, Janet. I think you were the one that suggested the gift card holder. Oh, good. You can see that comment. Good. I don't know how it works. It says it's on YouTube here. Oh, no, it does say Facebook. Anyway, I just had an idea. What if you made a gift card holder out of the grid thing? So obviously it's not really going to work because I put all those dimensionals, but you would sort of see it through there and sort of not. Yes, there is a fee. It is $3 $4 a month or $3 if you pay a year in advance, which is $36. And a friend of mine, one of my team members who was on there and she stopped her subscription. She asked if I rejoin, is all of my stuff still saved in there? And it is. You just have to get with us to resubscribe so we can make sure it links to your old account. Okay, so I am attaching the grid, the pegboard flat to the front there, and it's toward the top, just more toward the top than the bottom. And that's just for design. There's not actually going to be anything glued below it. I'm going to put everything on the pegboard. And then I'm going to attach the drill flat and the wrench flat. So the drill's going to be at an angle over here to the right, but the wrench is going to be hanging nice and straight on the left. Then we have our greeting, you're the most awesome. Top left is going to be, on the back. Top left and bottom right is where I'm putting adhesive. I'm going to fold the ribbon exactly like I did on the last card, the 2 4-inch strips of the real red ribbon. But this time I'm putting it on the corners. So top left corner, again, if you need a little more adhesive, you do that, no problem, but just look at it from the front so you can see that it looks good. And then same thing for the other side. See, we have a pegboard just like that. Yes. Love this bundle. Cindy, yes. Agree. Here's that. I'm just adjusting the ribbon because I didn't like that. And then I'll use dimensionals to place this on, and of course over the ribbon as well. Minis, I use minis for everything. I haven't used a large dimensional or a normal size dimensional in years now. And Brenda Fellbush, if you're watching, you're the one that got me started on this. You probably don't even know, because we used to cut them in half, the big ones, in a class, and she was like, hey, instead of cutting these in half, what if you just bought the mini ones? You get more in a pack, 720 versus, I think this is 600. So if you cut them in half, that's not 600, 300. So if you cut them in half, that's 600. If you don't cut these in half, that's like 720, I think. She's like, what about that? And I was like, you know what, Brenda, you're a genius. And I switched that day, and that was it. Never looked back. Okay, I've got dimensionals on the back here. The greeting's going to go down right above the edge of the white. So there's a little white border on the sides. I think that's it. That is the card. You could, I don't really know if I would add any rustic metallic dots to this, but you could. Maybe it could look like nail, I don't know, stuff you would have stuck in the pegboard. But that's the front. Let me add this piece on the back. I always keep forgetting for my videos to figure out how to cover up this light. See, if I could just have something right there. I don't like how y'all have to look at that, how it reflects in the glass. So let's try to zoom in closer. There's the card. There's how it, yes, Corinne, minis are a better value. Right, girl. Agreed. And sometimes I cut the minis in half due to necessity. So, you know, I love the minis. Janet, thank you. Let's thank Brenda for that. Here's my original card. Pretty much the same. Here's the back. Y'all want a chance to win these cards, just comment on the video. Even if it's on replay, you will still have that chance to be entered, or you will be entered. You'll have that chance to win. Why is it so freaking? There we go. Okay, let me get out. So I have a couple other cards to show. These are the ones from today. Let's see, in order, 1, 2, 3. Catch up on these comments. Ro, the best $36 I spend each year. Aw, thank you so much. Thank you. And by the way, we do take suggestions. We can't do everything. But, you know, if you have an idea, let me know, because if we could improve the site, that'd be awesome. Okay, so this is my free class. Place an online order, 25 or more, with this host code in January, and you will get this class packet for free. It's also going to include the supplies to make this card. So I went a little more feminine, but I didn't, like, it could have been, oh my gosh, Lori, you're the best. Thank you. Any colors, like pink or whatever, but I wanted to stay within these colors. So I picked Lost Lagoon, and it's the paintbrush, which I love. I love the paintbrush so much. And I love the paintbrush with the painted texture embossing folder. So cute. Anyway, so that's your fourth card that you'll get free with your packet with your online order of 25 or more. If it's 50 or more with the host code, you'll also get a full pack of these rustic metallic adhesive back dots. 150 or more, don't use the host code. I'll still give you the gifts. They get mailed in February. This one can be a gift card holder. Oh, you could probably put, I'm sure you put a gift card in that toolbox as well. Just adjust your placement. But anyway, let me show these and then I'll answer your questions, Janet. Okay, so this is what the recipe cards look like from my Stampin' stuff. You can put one photo in your recipe card. You can put any notes you want. So these are my notes, which is measurements, but you might put step-by-step instructions. You put a title, and then you select your product. Now, remember, the new products are not in my Stampin' stuff yet this morning. So I'm starting with ink pads. But you put that, and then it will put the link to your demonstrator website if you're a demonstrator. If you're not, you can still be a customer and be on the website. Many of my customers are on it for inventory only. And then you can put your contact info. There's a section when you create your recipe card. Now, for all of y'all, you can just go get my recipe cards on my blog, stamptherapist.com, right now. And hold on, my doorbell just rang. Let me check. Okay. UPS, Landa. What was I going to say? My stamp. Oh, yeah. You can just download the recipe cards I created just for your own personal use to get those measurements and supply list. I just wanted to show these other two cards, which I've already shown on another video, that are swaps I've received. Robin Barnes and Betsy Robles. Gorgeous cards using this same bundle. And yeah, so that is what's going on today. Thank you guys so much. I know, great. I'm glad she had that idea, Pat, about the gift card, putting gift cards in these. I mean, it's like a duh, but I didn't think of it. So put one in that toolbox, put one in the grid pegboard, or just put one in the cards. But of course, Home Depot, Lowe's, etc. Definitely want to make these good. I'm glad. Who said that though? Cindy. Yes. Shirley. Good morning. Thanks for sharing. Okay. So Janet said, how far back does it go? I can't remember. I have to check. We started it. Do any of my people remember? We started my Stampin' stuff not in 1998. No. And we did not go back that far. It's been probably during the pandemic. I feel like that was when we were doing all Zooms. So maybe 2020, 2021, we started it. And then, yes, you can add anything you want. You can add non-Stampin' Up! Products, old Stampin' Up! Products, etc. You answer the questions, you upload a picture if you want, you tag it, you say what it coordinates with. All the stuff we do, you can do within your own account. So hopefully that makes sense, Janet. Lori says, I think this card would make a nice new home card. Yes, definitely. Probably any of them. Just change the, oh, you might have meant this one, Janet. I mean, hold on. Let me try to help Lori out. Lori, you might have meant this card, but any of them, depending on what people are doing with their new home, just change the sentiment. Yeah, I like that idea. Okay, so hopefully I answered that, Janet. Terry, thank you. Still love Betsy's paintbrush. I know this card is so pretty. Who said that? Pat, yes. Thank you, Janet. I'm glad you guys like these. I'm going to be honest. I designed a class with this bundle for my team. It's a team incentive. And then I put all this stuff away. I said, whew, I did it. And then I looked at my notes of my next to-do list and it said online order special, Trusty Toolbox. And I was like, you are kidding me. Why did I pick Trusty Toolbox? There's no way I can make 4 more designs. I can't do it. And then I did it. And and I also used it for my new catalog kickoff. So those 2. Anyway, these are like 10 different designs I've made. And if Amy's listening, she knows. I was like, I'm not even gonna watch the I was reading Cindy's comment. I'm not even gonna get the tools. And then of course I get the tools and I'm making all this stuff. But it's a lot of fun. I laughed at Cindy said she fell asleep. She has to watch replay. That's not a good sign, Cindy. Yes, Lori says it's good, like the fishing set. Yeah, it's nice to have on hand for when you, first of all, when you need masculine. Second of all, when you need specific. Like I know Landa used it already before a while back for her son-in-law, who is a mechanic. So it's perfect for him. I'm old, LOL. Hey, Saint girl, that's what I'm going to do later is take a nap. So I'm with you. I know you have to get it just for the paintbrush. Like it's so cute. So in case I'm sure y'all know whoever said that, Pat, but you can stamp a color inside the handle, which I stamped off on Lost Lagoon there, and then you can stamp like the paint at the end of the brushes, and I stamped that in full color Lost Lagoon. And then there's also a die that cuts out just brushes in whatever paper you choose, and you can just glue that right on top of this. Or I'm assuming you can just, I know you could just only cut out the brush in a solid color. I don't think that would look that cute, but you could, and then glue this on top like these images here. Cool. All right. I should let y'all go. This is a long video. But have a great day and week. I should be back next week live as normal. So, but in the meantime, any questions y'all have, just let me know. Have a great week. Wait, what's next? I'll see some of y'all at the team meeting Saturday. And then next week is the kickoff, and next week is my 4 monthly classes. So hopefully I'll see some of y'all soon. All right. Bye.